Hello, my name is Layla. I'm the wine director at Reid's Fine Foods and Reid's Runaway Gourmet. So Ryan, you are back at the stove, and you know it is the springtime, and our wine and food journey takes us to California. So California, come on, one of the best restaurants in the country are in California. So we have two wonderful things to combine and extrapolate from. The first one is, this is a recipe that I took from one of the best female chefs in the country. Her name is Suzanne Goin, and she has a fabulous book called AOC, correct? Yes. Yep. AOC. She does this dish using fava beans, but fava beans come later in the spring. So how can you change this dish to make it like more?
First thing that comes to my mind, springtime, is fresh spring peas.
Spring peas, obviously.
Crisp, light, and
great
hairy,
texture,
just
beautiful
like spring
color.
day.
We have our cherry clams.
Yes.
Or are we using Manila or a combination?
These are a combination. The
Combination?
Manillas and the razor clams are what these two are.
Okay, perfect. And you use some sherry also to prepare this dish to add, you know, another
give you
flavor
depth and a little
to
bit
it.
of flavor, and then we will top it with an almond aioli at the end to give it just a little bit more cream to it.
Okay, so
Let's
take it over. Yeah. First ingredient,
I will always your olive oil. And in this dish, to give a little bit more cream, we will use a tiny bit of butter. We add the butter with the olive oil, because if you just added the butter by itself, it has a low smoke point, so you have the probability of burning your butter.
Burning one or the other.
So if you add it with your olive oil, your butter won't burn on you, and you won't have that burnt taste
or vice
while you're
versa,
going.
if you just add pure extra virgin olive oil, it will start smoking on you.
So once you get your olive oil hot, go ahead and add your clams.
Okay.
And we can go right ahead and add our sherry, since we're going to let it reduce and let the alcohol cook out of it.
Yeah. And it's actually going to perfume. See that?
We'll have to be careful due to the flambe action.
That's okay.
And once you see the fire go away, that's when you'll start to know that
the clams are beginning to absorb the sherry, the butter, and the extra virgin olive oil as they open. Now, Manila clams have a little bit more of a salty taste to it, so I assume we have to be careful when we embutter it also.
Yes.
So unless you use, did you use
we did use unsalted butter, but you still have to watch out.
Probably for the same reason.
Yes, you'll still have to watch out on your salt at the very end.
They're beginning to open.
And so we'll go ahead and add our chilies.
Chilies.
And I add them in after my mussels, so you'll still have the crispness of the pepper. So it'll just pretty much infuse the flavor into it. Right. So you don't have a soft chili aspect to it.
Exactly.
We can go ahead and add our peas as well.
Now, are those pre-cooked?
These are pre-cooked.
So
it makes it a little bit easier. Yeah,
so what do you do? To just steam them?
You just steam.
This is, it looks like it's a very, very simple dish.
It is.
All the
very
flavor
simple,
comes
very
again
quick.
from the freshness of everything that we're using.
Then we will add our thyme.
When do you put the garlic in?
I always add my garlic last, because garlic only takes about 5 seconds to cook.
5 seconds to
And it's the one thing
and
that
6 seconds to burn.
most people, most people always add it first, so that's why you get burnt garlic. So if you add it at the very last second,
that's bitter.
It'll save your dish.
So all the flavors are beginning to combine.
Then we'll add some fresh scallion.
Fresh scallion or spring onion or spring
onion,
garlic.
Many different names.
Yeah.
And then we will add our garlic.
Sliced thinly.
Sliced thinly, because it will cook quick. And you don't have to be afraid of it. It won't have that bitter taste, but you're just going to let it stew and let all your flavors combine together.
So if we think that we need a little bit more of the sherry, can we add that at this point?
You can, as long as you let it reduce down, because if you add it right in, you'll have that alcoholic taste to it.
Why don't we add a little more? Because I think, I don't know, the color still. We add a little to experiment, or you think we are at the right?
We could taste right now, and then we can see.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
And then you'll also know about if you need more salt or if you won't need any salt at all.
A little bit of salt. Do you agree?
Yes.
When do you add your pepper?
Pepper, I will do right at the
end.
Right at the very end. You could actually do it when you're plating. You could put it in the bowl and then just put a little bit on top.
Okay.
Is what I would usually do.
Okay. Will you add sherry to it, or you think it's fine?
I think it's good.
Okay, perfect. I trust your palate as much as you trust mine.
Yes, ma'am. And we are done, because now you can see all your clams are fully opened. So that's when you know you are ready. And then you'll still have...
Extremely easy.
Extremely easy.
And such a beautiful interpretation of spring.
Spring. With all the green in it, it looks exactly like spring.
Exactly what I wanted it to create and show. So let's show it to our viewers.
It smells so good, Layla.
Doesn't it?
It does.
It smells really good. Really,
and now
really
for
good.
the best part, right?
The best part.
We get a taste.
To get some of the juice.
Oh, you gotta have the broth.
You know, this is a dish that smells extremely fresh.
Yes, the smell will definitely remind you of spring.
Spring is all about that, the freshness of everything.
You don't need a lot, just a little bit to give you a little bit more depth.
Well, I think it will definitely add that. Almond aioli.
A little ciabatta on the side to soak up your broth. And there we are.
And there we are. Should we taste?
I think we should.
After finishing up. Oh, you know what? Let's drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. I always like to finish my dishes with a little bit of drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. This olive oil symbolizes the spring as well, because it's the first press of the olives in Italy. You can see it's totally unfiltered, which we will show you later, but it's made from a very special type of olive called tagliasca. And this actually, the olives are picked in September, and they bottle it in November, and it's shipped immediately. It's kind of like the Novello olive oil. So, spring.
Spring is finally here, Layla.
Yeah. So, I'm going for the broth. I don't know how about you.
That's exactly where I'm going to.
You too?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
And you, of course, got to get the peas.
Outstanding.
Yes, ma'am. Favorite time of the year?
This can definitely be one or two special at the wine bar. It's divine. Well, what I read in Suzanne's book is that it takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size, and we're dealing with the smallest of the clams here.
Yes,
and it's proven. It's perfect. Delicious.
Thank you.